Okay, Phil, explain the 3 body types that are in the book.
Gotcha. So let's lead with what I am. So mostly an ectomorph. So long and lean.
Okay.
Generally going to have a quicker metabolism, a little bit better at processing carbs because they're more insulin sensitive. So these are the people who you kind of are jealous of in some respects because like, how is this person eating pasta and how are they
I'm,
eating McDonald's?
very
I'm
jealous,
super jealous
And
of
they're
them.
staying thin.
And they're jacked.
Yeah.
However, the con to that body type is that they could very well be working out really hard and you'd never know it.
Right.
It's really hard for them to pack on muscle. So again, all these body types, embrace what you are, but knowing what you are helps you figure out what you need to do.
Yeah.
So those ectomorphs with these fast metabolisms, you're going to need more calories, you're going to need higher protein, higher carbs, and less fat than the other two, which are more body fat heavy. Your mesomorphs, a little more muscular, a little more sturdy, kind of that broad shoulder, maybe a little more of a natural V taper.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a
That's kind of
thin
me.
waist,
That's
but
Natalie, yeah.
you're pretty pure meso.
Yeah.
You have broad shoulders. Like even if you didn't work out, you just like you look very fit and muscular. And if you have a clean diet, you're always going to be lean.
Mm-hmm.
If you go off a little bit, you might soften up a little bit, but you're still always going to look sturdy. You would never look like skinny fat, but you would also never look like a thin anorexic rail because you have muscle, and that just comes how it comes. So that's more meso, or the guys who kind of just have those meatier calves or arms or a little bit more of a barrel chest. That's a meso. And then in endo's even one step further. So think even curvier. So kind of just broad, and they're naturally going to hold a little more body fat. So in some respects, people think, oh no, I am cursed. I have this bad body type, but they're actually way stronger genetically. So it's suited to powerlifting, really going to kick ass in the gym. So if they get control of their diets, which is kind of, it goes in order from the body type. So an ecto can get away with the worst diet. And so that's why you see these people doing it. A meso with a clean diet is going to be super muscular. With a bad diet, it's going to be muscular with fat on top. An endo with a bad diet is going to look just kind of frankly chubby. But an endo with a good diet is just going to be really thick like Henry Cavill from Superman. Or, these structures where it's like they're just thick. They're just broad. They're you think of a man, you think burly. That's an endomorph. You think of women, you think voluptuous, a little curvier, but doesn't mean they can't have a thinner waist, doesn't mean they can't have abs. It just means that genetically they're predisposed to have a little harder time with the muscle fat ratio. So when you know your body type predominantly and you do the quiz,
which is in the book.
Yeah, which is in the book.
Which that we did that and it was fantastic.
So
actually,
you're going to be one of those 3 as a dominant trait, and then you could also be a hybrid, which most of us are, meaning you're also a little bit of the other, and the book helps kind of bridge those gaps. Okay, I might have to train like this body type, but eat more like this body type, and it all explains how to get there so that you know what to do instead of just, hey, I'm going to follow this Instagram model, hey, I'm going to follow this guy, or, hey, I'm going to buy this plan for $29.99. If you've never done anything, guess what? Those plans are going to work for a bit, but at some point you're going to plateau. And if you don't understand your body type, you're never going to get to the ultimate goal that you're thinking, that you're envisioning. You need to know what you're working with.
Hence the book for your type.
No, and the thing that's fantastic about it is not only does it help you kind of narrow down what your body type is, it doesn't just leave you hanging there. It's like, okay, here you go. You kind of figured out this little area where you fit into. Here's workouts that are planned towards that body type. Here's a diet that's planned towards that body type.
Exactly.
Which is pretty, we were talking kind of off camera earlier that no one's done this book before.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it's something that it was very apparent to me, just not on a research level, but when I was 16 working out, my brother was 24. I'm pure ecto, he's pure meso. We were lifting the same weights, same reps, same sets, same diet. We literally we did everything together. And he was my big brother, but like, he's shorter, but he was just thick chest and just muscles. And I'm like, dude, I'm lifting more than you.
Yeah.
I should be all of these things, and it's just not working. And so researching, what are these somatotypes? What are body types? Okay, what of it is true versus what's fiction? And really just spending 12 years essentially researching, working on it, anecdotally training all of these different people, seeing results, and really honing in my approach to how the body types work, and then seeing how fast people will come to me who've had trainers or done things for 10 years, and they're like, holy shit, like 1 year in or 6 months in, it's totally different. So I'm not magic. It's just that you're doing the right things for your body finally. And it's nice to see people feel happy about their body.
Yeah.
Aesthetics are fun. It's great to look good. It's fun to be strong, but nothing's better than waking up and being like, oh, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
And because plenty of people I know look great, but they're sad, or they have anxiety, or they have depression, or they have OCD. They have these things which, take the medication you got to take, do what you got to do, take care of yourself. But if you don't love yourself, if you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, how are you going to have control of anything else in your life? And so I love that this book tries to bridge that gap between the mental and the physical, because it's going to help fix some of those internal things you don't even realize going on, your hormones, your digestion, and hopefully it helps a ton of people figure out, what their type is.
I love it, especially it gives them, the next steps to take.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than being like, okay, here's information, and then I figure out kind of where I fall into, and then now what? Yeah. No, that to me is the most frustrating thing. I always like small actionable steps with a broad plan that I can just plan around.
Yeah, and we played with anagrams. There's a chapter in there we tried to use type as much as possible, just your type. And so we set type goals. So it's time-oriented, it's you-centered, it's plausible, it's realistic, and it's energizing. So that's the TYPE of what a goal should. So it really helps you set those small step goals, because you have this big vision. People talk about, what's your vision? Steve Jobs. Yeah. It's great to have a vision. I have tons of them. If you have no steps on how to get there,
good luck.
Good luck.
My vision is to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
And then
it's funny.
Well, how are you going to get there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if my mom could hear me now, we talked about off camera earlier about how time management is like, man, it's when you admit you're wrong at something and you grow at something, you kick yourself for not having done it 10 years earlier.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that could very well be some of you guys listening in terms of body type. Like, I've been training, I know what I'm doing. Cool, but are you happy? Are you where you want to be? No. All right, maybe learn a thing or two. And guess what? I'm still learning this new stuff all the time.
For sure.
And I think that we can all do those things. We can implement things and have these daily actionable steps.
Yep.
Implement things from the book. Learn new things. We had a bunch of great conversations today, and I just think that that's what everybody needs to be doing in this world right now. It's a little too selfish. Let's share a little more.
Yeah. No, I could not agree more.
Me too. That's why I love to listen.
Perfect.